updates. Sweet haircut. 1. Alright, so. You ready? Because it's exciting. Last week was spring break. And I went to Florida to see my grandparents. Yeah! Yeah. It was really exciting to be there with them. They both had colds, so they were feeling a little under the weather, so they didn't really feel like doing much. But my grandmother cooked me fresh food all week. Like, I'm talking, woke up in the morning, had like fresh breakfast, had like pasteles for dinner, and rice and beans, and pork roast, and she made fresh flan, and I don't know if you're Spanish, but if you're Spanish, you understand how amazing all of this is. And if you're not Spanish and you like Spanish food, then you understand how amazing all of this is. So I ate like a king for like a week. A little under a week. Like, she just kept feeding me, and feeding me, and feeding me, and feeding me. And it was great. And she kept going, "You're so skinny!" And just feeding me more. And I was like, I can eat so much. Like, Grandma, we're the perfect team right now. Like, I would finish like 6 pieces of chicken and a plate of rice, and she'd be like, "You're so skinny!" It was great. And I went running on the beach. I ran 4 miles on the beach, and that was awesome. But then I got really nasty blisters all over my feet because I went barefoot, which nobody warned me against. Actually, that's a lie. Claire warned me against it. Which goes to the next best part of my thing. I have a girlfriend-ish type deal. I'm seeing somebody, and her name's Claire, and she's wicked awesome. And that's nice because I got to go to this giant queer fest that's called Drag Ball. And I met so many queer people, and they're all so cool, and that's where I met Claire. And like, the first thing they asked me was, "How do you identify?" Like, nobody assumed male, nobody assumed female. They were just like straight up like, "So how do you identify?" And I was like, "I identify as male, like I go with male pronouns." And they're like, "All right," and all of them got my pronouns perfect all night. Like, nobody messed up once. And like, you could seriously walk into this group of people, coolest group of people probably I've ever met. You can walk into them, be like, "My name is Tucker, but I prefer to be called Marshall, and if you are gonna use pronouns, please use alien." And they would be like, "All right, Marshall," and they'd get it right the whole time. They're just so bomb. They're the coolest people ever. And it's like, there's not really a big queer community where I am, which makes it kind of hard for me because like, as much as like my friends and stuff understand, there's like not like a huge supportive queer community. So like, they only understand to a point. And like, I met like 25 queer people last weekend, the weekend before I left, at this drag ball, and like, it was just like instant comfort. Like, I've always been really socially retarded and awkward and uncomfortable, and I just felt like I fit right in. And they were like, please come back soon. And they all really liked me, and like, it was just phenomenal. It was the stuff. I'm not gonna cuss on camera, not nice. It was so cool! That, and they like, apparently like, trannies at this school are like, freaking the biggest deal ever. Like, they are tranny boy crazy, and like, there's like a list of like 6 girls who like, if I went back, would be like, "You can sleep in my room," and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, so many people just like love trannies right now, and it was really exciting. But we get sweet haircut, changes that I've been experiencing that are pretty awesome. My friend Cole said it sounds like my voice has dropped a little bit, since he first met me. Which is nice if it's true. It's the ventilation system. If you heard the humming, it's the ventilation system. So he said my voice has dropped a little bit, which is nice if it's true. I don't really know because I can't really tell. He said that he watched the videos and it sounds like it's dropped since since the videos started, so I guess I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Also, really cool news, I got 1 chin hair over vacation. It was really thick and really dark and really black, and it was like right here, right smack down in the middle, but I had to shave it off because how silly does one chin hair look? Other than that, my mustache grows in pretty abruptly fast. Like I shaved 2 days ago and I already have stubble, but it only grows from like here over, so it's like an awkward like 2 patches. And I got a lot of pimples still, and I have body fur like everywhere. Like my happy trail is really dark, and I'm just like furry. But I shaved my legs to go see my grandparents, and that hair is growing in way too slow for my comfort. But like my arm hair got darker, which you can't actually really tell because I got sun, so it got blonde again. But there's like a lot of little things are changing and happening, and my voice cracks. Also, yeah. Which has been kind of the butt of everybody's joke because I get excited and then it cracks and they make fun of me. But I am so happy right now. I don't think I have been this happy, honestly. Like, I mean, obviously, first testosterone shot, I was like mind-blowingly excited, and this is like the same amount of excitement because one, I saw my grandparents, and thought of another really big thing that happened over vacation. I was hanging out with my friends, and we were hanging out at my kitchen table, and they were all referring to me as Tucker, because all my friends refer to me as Tucker, but my family has always referred to me as my birth name and never referred to me as Tucker. And my brother was in the kitchen, and he was making himself dinner, and when my friends left, there was a piece of pie that they left, and they were like, you can have this pie, like, it's good pie. And I like offered it to him, and I was like, hey, you can have this pie if you want. He's like, oh, thanks. I was like, you should put some whipped cream on it. He's like, that's an awesome idea, Tucker. And he called me Tucker for the first time in my freaking life, and how awesome was that? It was so awesome. I just like had the fork in my hand, and I was like, I was so excited. I could have like passed out. That's how excited I was. And like I didn't want to say anything to him because I think he was just like kind of going with it because they had all been calling me Tucker for like the past hour and a half. So he was just like, it was so good. And other than that, while on vacation with my dad, he gave me the I don't think you should transition talk twice. Twice in 5 days isn't that bad considering it was like 24 hours a day for 5 days with him. So he only gave it to me twice. And he prefaced it by saying like, I can't make your decisions for you, and I'm still gonna love you either way, but this is how I feel. And like, it was really cute that he was like, really like, he's trying to like understand it, but he just doesn't understand it. I think that's pretty much everything significant, other than the fact that I'm jacked! No. I like lost muscle. I was on vacation. But Claire thinks I'm jacked, so I'll just let her keep thinking that. But that's it, really. Sweet haircut, and it flops. And it's a fade, and it's got lines.